The course is focused on linking history with a whole range of different disciplines. So you wouldn't just be looking at the traditional areas of history, although we do some of that. You'd also be looking at a lot of areas involved in philosophy and in popular culture. So it's very wide-ranging and really challenges people to think differently about history.
When people ask me what course I do, and I say history and the history of ideas, everyone's, oh, the history of ideas, is that like philosophy? And it is a bit like philosophy, it's more cultural history. It's seeing history changed by the way people think and the way a country thinks rather than one political action.
England, which is the focus of our second text, John Milton.
When we're looking for a Goldsmith student, we want someone who'll argue with us. We want someone who will discuss ideas in a constructive way, of course, but we don't want somebody who's simply going to take on board what we say. We want them to be challenging and we want them to think for themselves.
It's about opinion, like everyone's got an opinion, it's different, they're willing to share it with you and challenge you.
They don't think about good government, liberty of conscience, religious toleration. They say you've introduced anarchy.
As a university, one of the biggest benefits of studying here is almost the community feel. The staff are fantastic, they're almost pioneers in their field. Type their name into Amazon, you're going to be given a lot of books.
Teaching here is an interesting mix of the older hands who bring a great wealth of experience and new dynamic colleagues who bring in their own ways of doing it. And we have a mixture, we have specialisms in people who are interested in philosophy and intellectual history, in medical history, in religious history and political history.
There's no big divide between tutors and the students. They're very approachable, they're really good at encouraging you, getting the best out of you. That's probably the biggest strength of the place. I'd recommend to anybody come here and meet some really interesting people.
Facilities at Goldsmiths cover all the basic needs that people have and quite a lot more as well. But there's also, of course, all the proper academic support that one would expect. Our library is very much geared up for the courses that we offer. And I would add to that that if you're a student at Goldsmiths, then you're also a student of the University of London, and you have the main University of London library in the Bloomsbury area, free to access, free to use whenever you want. And that means that really the library facilities that a Goldsmith student has access to are second to none. New Cross is a buzzing area. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on campus. Goldsmiths is inherently part of the New Cross area. But more than that, there's the rest of London at your feet. You can be at London Bridge in I think 4 or 5 minutes from New Cross station, and then you're very close to the heart of the West End within another 10 minutes or so. I think one of the things we try to do at Goldsmiths is encourage people to think for themselves. We encourage people to look at the evidence, to digest and think about what other people have said, but then to make their own minds up. And of course this is tremendously important when it comes to people looking for jobs afterwards, because often what employers want are graduates who are able to think for themselves rather than just reproduce the work of others. So what we're doing is creating free-thinking, creative individuals. Hopefully the people who come to us already have those talents and we just help to bring them out.
What I've enjoyed the most is just being completely absorbed in a topic area and something that you're interested in. And I didn't expect learning to be like that. I don't need anybody to motivate me because the work has done. And I think that's a very Goldsmith thing, that they encourage you to find your thing, your passion.